Is Gavin Newsom becoming red pilled? Because he already got in trouble for saying that it's unfair for trans to be in girls' sports, right? And that put him in hot water with the Dems. Now he comes out and make a statement like this?
And by the way, or the notion we just have to continue to talk to ourselves or we're in the same damn echo chamber. These guys are crushing us. The Democratic brand is toxic right now.
Sounds all good, but at the same time, I'm not buying this. How are you good people doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Model Renaissance Man, in which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below. Click the thumbs up button right now. That way my content can stay consistently recommended to you. And if and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification in the process. That will bring up another option for you to select all notifications. That way you'll be notified when I post a video. And last but not least, don't forget to go over to my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father. That I would like for you guys to go over there and gather over there. You won't find any content on there right now, but there is content coming soon. The link is down in the description. Again, it's called Man, Husband, Father. Appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, Gavin Newsom came on to Bill Maher's show and he said some things that apparently pissed off a lot of the Democrats. He said some things with Charlie Kirk, if y'all don't remember, that pissed off a lot of Democrats too when he made a statement saying that he think it's unfair for trans to be in women's sports. In other words, he thinks it's unfair for men to be in women's sports. Let's just keep it real. That's what it is. There's no such thing as a trans. Anyway, so he goes on to Bill Maher's show, right? And here he is right here. And I'm going to play this video. And if you do not like pausing, I urge you to go over to Twitter or YouTube and just type in Gavin Newsom, Bill Maher. You will find it on there, okay? Here we go.
Line. And by the way, or the notion we just have to continue to...
Wait, I ain't hear nothing. Did y'all? Here we go.
They've got to mature about this.
So what do you say to people who say, well, this sounds all very good, but Governor, you were the poster boy for a lot of this stuff. I see today the Trump administration they talked about, I don't know if this is true, but they talked about the fact that California had a rule that schools cannot be required to notify parents if their kids in school have changed their gender, their pronouns.
So if you guys don't know about this real quick, California had it to where if your child goes to school and starts saying, if a girl starts saying she's a boy starts saying she's a girl, they kept that. They wouldn't tell the parents. They wouldn't notify the parents. Even if their child, and this goes deep, even if the child started acting like they were liking the same sex, the teachers weren't required. And in other words, they didn't have to tell the teachers anything that was going on with their kid in that regard, which is really interesting because when your kids are little, if a little boy, and I know this, I work closely with school systems right now, daycare or even kindergarten, whatever. If a little boy goes and kisses a girl and she starts crying, you have to tell the parent, right? You have to. You're supposed to. Just let them know. I just want to let you know if your daughter's a little upset today, it's because Michael kissed her and she didn't like it. And then I talked to Michael's parents too. Now, if you go and you talk about being the opposite sex because they being bamboozled by a lot of this bull crap that's all in mainstream media and all that, and even in the cartoons, teachers don't want to tell the parent or not required, but he's supposed to explain this a little bit. So let's go.
That's the kind of thing, even though it doesn't affect a lot of people, that makes a lot of people go, well, you know what? That's the party without common sense. Now, if that's your state, how are you?
Well, I just disagree with that. I mean, the law was you would be fired. A teacher would be fired if a teacher did not report or snitch on a kid talking about their gender identity. I just think that was wrong.
How do you snitch on a kid?
Teachers should teach. I don't think they should be required to turn in kids. And by the way,
we're talking about their parents.
But we snitch on a kid talking about their gender identity. I just think that was wrong. I think teachers should teach. I don't think they should be required to turn in kids. And by the way,
we're talking about their parents. How can you snitch? The idea of a snitch and a parent to me doesn't compute.
Well, I don't, but what is
snitch? Real? See, oh, here we go. Guys, listen. This is, if y'all don't understand this is already a build up to kids not having no accountability. It's already a buildup to these kids being a whole bunch of indoctrinated activists. Why do you say that, Ty? Because futuristically speaking, if you don't snitch on the kid for what they're doing, if it's considered to be possible bad behavior, and the teachers don't tell the parent, these kids gonna grow up thinking they can do exactly what y'all see a lot of them doing right now, tearing up Teslas, scratching Teslas, blowing up Teslas, throwing Molotovs, protesting at school, feeling like they can just go and vandalize things. Don't snitch on the kids. Don't tell the parent. Don't tell the parent so that the parent may want to correct that action. Keep on indoctrinating them and turn those into little bitty crazy bastardly activists that we want them to be. What do you mean snitch on the kid? I would be more pissed off at the teacher if they didn't tell me that my child was acting up in school. You know what I'm saying? To me, you're enabling that behavior. It's crazy. Anyway.
What is the job of a teacher? It's to teach. If Johnny's talking about some identity issue or some issue about liking someone of the same sex, is the teacher's job to then report that? By the way, in this law, the teacher can still do that, but they can't be fired if that's what it can't be fired if that's not what they do. And that's something I think is I just think that was fair. And I don't think that's inappropriate.
I've seen a lot of people lately talking about this 80-20 issue. And I think you are on the other side of this now, the side with the 80. 80 being 80% of the people in this country. Again, this is the issue of should biologically born men be able to compete in women's sports?
That's tough.
And, you know, I saw the polling here in California.
That should be a no-brainer. No. You guys are only talking about a small percentage. Who cares? Who cares if it's a small percentage? How about it should be no percentage? No men should be competing in women's sports, period. That's easy.
California, they think you're a traitor for saying this.
Yeah.
You know, when those kind of people call you a traitor, there's a word for that, electable. If the Democrats, and 80% of the people are with you on this now. Yeah. If the Democrats can't get with 80, how are they going to do something when it's a 51-49?
No, look, I get it. And that's, look, and the other side weaponizes these issues. They dehumanize, they attack, they demean, and they've weaponized this issue extraordinarily well. That said, on the fundamental question, is it fair? And I can give you example after example. Just in my home state, there was someone that won a triple jump by 8 feet.
Right.
And guys, I did triple jump and I did it professionally. You guys don't know how, okay, let me give y'all a little bit of an example of what beating somebody by 8 feet in triple jump is. When I did triple jump, if I beat somebody by a foot, it's like, oh my God, Ty killed the field. The next jump close to Ty was a foot, guys. Now to you think that's something small, but being beat by a foot in triple jump is the equivalent of a basketball team beating another basketball team 100 to like 20. That's how big of a thing it is. Y'all might not think it is, but it's huge. But to beat them by 8 foot, that's like beating somebody like, y'all, it's so astronomical to beat somebody by 8 feet. It's ridiculous. So let me go back a little bit so y'all can get a little bit more of that, because that's crazy.
Someone that won a triple jump by 8 feet.
Right.
All right. It's just, but it's, serious. And we had two people in the state champion. This broke my heart. 2 years ago, I'll never forget it. 18 months ago, we had two extraordinary athletes that got into the state finals. Trans athletes got in the state finals. The backlash was so bad they didn't even compete. And
Good.
The other two people that were kicked out weren't able to compete. It was fundamentally unfair. We haven't been able to figure that out. So I express that as a fierce champion of LGBTQ rights,
yes,
and with a record that I don't have put up with anyone's.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have it right there. This should not be anything that should, this was crazy right now. These are supposed to be very smart, intelligent, very highly educated politicians and leaders of ours, and you're telling me you cannot figure out a fundamental biological look that this is always going to happen. So yeah, it's unfair that it's happened to, it's quite unfair. It's not unfair. Who cares if those two dudes got so much backlash that they dropped out? So what? Start a trans league and let's see how that goes. This would be so stupid. I can't believe y'all. I'm not calling the people stupid. I'm calling the ones who are, the fact that we're even talking about this right now. It's stupid. There are men, there are women. That's it. There are men's sports, women's sports. That's it. There are boys and girls sports. That's it. There is no such thing as start a trans league. Start a trans league, and anybody that identify as a trans, whether you are biologically a male or a woman, you guys go and compete amongst each other. I would love to see that. I'm serious. Let them all. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Y'all, did you hear me? Anybody that's identifying as trans, whether you are a biological male or a biological woman, form that sport and let them all just have at it. What you're going to have? Still, men versus women. Idiots. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about all this nonsense. Do y'all think Gavin Newsom is just trying to play a little chess game right here to get some people on his side? Because some people can look at this and go, oh, now that Gavin Newsom don't believe that there should be men and women's sports, sort of, we kind of like him now. We just looking for a Democrat that would actually jump on board with this. Do you think this is just a little part of his little chess game? And do you think he's still going to try to run for president? You guys let me know by leaving it in the comments below after this video. Don't forget to do what you guys see in this animation right here. That will greatly help my channel, and I really appreciate it. If you want to see the next video that I will be doing in chronological order, it's going to be up there. You should know old school music reactions. Boom. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And God bless you all through Jesus.